All right, next up we have the dishing portion of the app. Dishing is fairly simple. It's very quick. It takes about 2 to 3 minutes once you get used to it, and it is very important for the app because it's teaching your mind to get used to the amounts of food that your body needs to run on, rather than having that extra food that we're so used to eating. So yeah, like I said, it only takes a few minutes, and it gets simpler as you get used to it, and it just becomes part of your normal routine. You eat breakfast, and part of eating breakfast is getting your food ready. It's just like pouring a bowl of cereal, except this time you're weighing that bowl of cereal, and it only adds about 30 seconds. So yeah, let's get started with that. So you'll open up your app, and you'll go and you'll hit, it says, please begin weighing the amounts of all of your food items at meals with the food scale by tapping the dishing icon. So just in the middle of the app is just that dishing icon in the blue section. So just tap it, and you'll go to whichever meal that you're eating. So for us, we're going to demonstrate the lunch. And if you're, depending on the diameter of your dish, go ahead and choose. And I think that this is an 8-inch dish. So just click next. Turn on the scale. And the app will say, it'll show on the bottom connected if your Bluetooth is on, and if the scale connects to that. And then you will read the instructions, and you will click add food. And it asks, is the dish on the scale? And if the dish is not on the scale, place the dish on the scale, and it will zero out that weight, so it's not deducted from your food amount. So click yes if it's on the scale. And then you will click new food. And we are going to be weighing chicken and potatoes, so first we will add the chicken. And the dish is on the scale without the chicken, so click OK and yes. And now you will place your typical amount of chicken on the dish. And as you do so, the app will keep track of how much chicken you are adding on, so you don't have to remember how many pieces of chicken. It's not 4 little pieces of chicken, but it's just you're placing your regular amount of chicken onto the dish, how much you would eat in a normal meal. And if that's, a couple servings, just put as much chicken as you would eat, since you won't be able to weigh multiple servings of a meal. So just put whatever you usually eat in a mealtime on the plate. And then once you have done that, you will click take a photo of the chicken. And you will focus it so you can see, take the picture, and then just fit it to the size of the screen. And then click save. And then next you will add whatever else you are eating with the meal. So let's say it's a barbecue and you're having chicken and watermelon and salad and potatoes. So you will just keep adding those foods or whatever you are eating at your meal. You don't want to miss weighing anything, because then you won't be able to train your mind on how much food your body needs to run. So click OK if you are ready, and then add food. And the dish is still on the scale, and the app will still zero out the food that is already on the dish. And you click a new food, and we are having potatoes. Then you will do the same thing. You'll make sure that the dish is on the scale without the potato on it. And then you will add your typical amount of potato onto the dish with the chicken. However much you usually eat. Then just when you are done, you will take a photo of the potato just like you did the chicken. And it's okay if the chicken is in the meal, you can just adjust the picture. Like so. Click use photo and then click save. And then if that is all that you are eating in your meal, just feel free to click the next button, and then you will take a picture of your entire meal, and then you will be done. And you are free to eat that meal. But just remember, you don't want to eat any extra food. You just want to eat what you have weighed, because that is how you train your body. And you train your mind to just eat the foods that your body needs to run, rather than eat all that extra food that we're so used to. So click use photo and then click done. And that is how you weigh one meal. It's very quick. It's very simple once you get used to it. It really only takes a couple minutes. And for me, it's just something that has become a part of my daily routine, where I'm so used to putting the food on and you can kind of just train your mind to realize how much food is healthy and how much food you need for your body to run, and how much food is the usual amount. It just becomes very simple. You train your mind. So next we're going to weigh our dinner, and I'll show you how the app decreases the amounts of food that you're eating. So I'm going to put this back, and the app will automatically, you don't have to do any math or anything, but the app will automatically take away as much food as you're supposed to be decreasing. So you'll click next, and then you'll turn on your scale. Make sure the plate is not on the scale again, just like when we were weighing our lunch. We'll click, we will add the scale. We will click add food, say that the dish is on the scale, and then we're going to have our chicken and potatoes again. So we're going to add our chicken, which is now 1.8 ounces rather than the 2.1. And the app tells us how much to put on. So we'll add that amount.
Add 1.0 ounces.
And right there, the weight is acceptable, which means that that is an okay amount of food to eat. You're not eating too much and you're not eating too little. It's perfect. So you'll click save, and then you will add the potatoes, which instead of the I think it was 3.6 or something around there, instead of that amount of potatoes, it has reduced the amount a little bit. So we will add that much. We'll use the knife.
Add 3.1 ounces.
And weight just like that, the weight is, we'll add a little bit more.
Weight acceptable.
And we have to remove a little bit of the potato just because there's too much. So just simply cut off a little bit and put it back into the plate. And just like that, our weight is perfect. And so that also means that you're not eating too much and you're not eating too little, but the app just took everything out. So it's really simple just to take everything off. And then once you are done, click that next, and then take a photo of your entire meal just like you did for your lunchtime. And just like that, you are all set and you have weighed both your lunch and your dinner. She got a little crazy there when I was cutting up the potatoes.